It was horrible. Due to the severity of his crime and signs of mental instability, before trial, Nathan was sent for testing.
He was brought down to Pueblo for a psychological evaluation about whether he was legally insane.
Numerous psychiatrists at the Colorado Mental Health Institute observed Nathan, trying to determine whether he was competent to stand trial.
I identified that what he's looking like is similar to what we've experienced with my mother, her brother, and her father.
They spent time observing him very closely and sent him back with a report that didn't just say Nathan Dunlap was competent to stand trial, but said that he was a malingerer, a faker, that he tended to enhance or invent symptomology consistent with what he wanted to be true.
But state psychiatrists never had full access to Nathan's medical records or family history, and the defense believed the evaluation was biased.
There's an entire argument over whether he actually does have mental health problems or whether he's fake in an effort to make an insanity plea or avoid the
During trial, Nathan's attorneys never mentioned his psychiatric evaluation or the idea that he may have been suffering from a mental break during the massacre.
The defense is afraid that if those charges were handed now, it would actually inflame the jury even further against Nathan Dunlap. So it's never a factor in the ultimate death penalty verdict.
Okay.
Right around this time,
Like, oh, we got a goalie already.
executed its first prisoner in about 3 decades.
Colorado Department of Corrections inmate Gary Davis was pronounced dead at 8:33 this evening.
Gary Lee Davis's execution sent Nathan into a tailspin.
The guards were really taunting him that he was next. And that day, he had a moment break. He really just started ranting and raving and had to be hospitalized shortly thereafter.
Nathan's ongoing psychiatric struggles brought about a major shift in his appeal strategy. Now with a new team of lawyers, the legal arguments would be based squarely on Nathan's mental health.
They proceeded to file, over a period of years, his motion for post-conviction relief, alleging that the trial attorney was ineffective, and so, therefore, he didn't receive a fair trial.
If granted post-conviction relief, Nathan's sentence could be converted to life in prison.
Oh my.
His appeals would bring up a
Can't do that, mate.
that had long surrounded the death penalty. How mentally ill does a convict need
Hey?
to be to avoid being
Yep.
executed?
There's just no competent, credible doctors that will tell you that his evil conduct was the product of being in a manic state, that his conduct was somehow altered by being bipolar or suffering from any other mental illness.
The idea that Nathan could escape death due to mental illness enraged the victims' families and the sole survivor.
In my head, he had to be crazy. I mean, how else would a sane person walk into a child pizzeria and shoot 5 people? He selfishly took the lives of 4 other people. And I'm a strong believer in an eye for an eye.
The fact that the death penalty was ordered, that was right. That was the thing to do. And as far as life in prison, Nathan Dunlap doesn't deserve that. He deserves to die.
Window wedge from Wet and Forget, the cleanest windows. Apply, agitate, then rinse for a spot-free last.
Certainly very easy to use. Great for the top stories in this day and age of health and safety. We can just stand on the ground and just use it. There's no spotting, no beating. Let's cut the cleaning time down in half. And
A couple of these ones.
Dangerous ladders
Oh
here.
yeah.
Reach a second story with ease. Streaking spot-free windows without using the squeegee. Exclusively available online or at a Forget store near you.
Alright, it's couples only time.
Sorry, you okay?
Yep.
See you later. just can't help it. They act colourful, play colourful, win colourful, and they never let the grey win. Better for colourful people.
I'm right over here. Why can't you see me? I'll see you inside. Troubles on the noisy night. He seems to have it by now. I'm still listening to the music of the track in the state.
I'll take defense. Yes, sir. I've got the right guy for that position too. Yes, sir. What's going on, dude? No, I'm changing. Yes, sir. What the fuck? I can't get out of there. I can't get out of my screen.
We don't have to back out, press circle.
Yeah, it's just push circle.
Not you, don't worry about it. Give it fuck it, we make it easier. As you know, people are slowing ahead.
Oh, there you go. Fuck. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Osborne's Want to Believe starts Tuesday 8:30 on TLC. In June 2005, 12 years after the Chuck E. Cheese's massacre, another crime...
Don't ready up. Don't ready up.
Nathan Dunlap case.
Don't ready up. Don't ready up. Don't ready up. Don't ready up.
Were on their way out to dinner.
Javon had a brilliant smile.
Okay, don't listen, you know. I was saying it because, if you don't ready up, it's glitch.
State University. She had just graduated with an BA in nutrition, and my son had just graduated with a bachelor's degree in speech communication and rhetoric.
Just 3 miles from where the Chuck E. Cheese's massacre had taken place, Javon and Billy were stopped at a red light.
Sinister fucking slum. He's a cocksucker, trash can. Fucking Zoom idol, he's alright.
Finding out that I had lost
Reggie's
my son
garbage.
Devastating.
Goalie's horrible.
Experience in my life. I was very, very angry. I was very upset. And so I went straight to the police department and started asking questions.
Javon had witnessed a friend's murder at a barbecue the summer before. And despite receiving death threats, Javad had decided to testify in court against the accused killer.
He felt like it was the right thing to do because he saw his best friend get shot down in cold blood. Javad was murdered 5 days before the trial was set to begin.
Sinister.
Months later, Samaria...
We're playing his shitty ass.
Oh shit.
We're gonna drop 4 goals and he's gonna rage.
This case becomes one of the biggest cases in Colorado.
He's a 2-button smasher. Just give me a heads up, center.
They seek the death penalty. I think it's pretty
He's
clear
using
why we saw
Nintendo 64 controls.
and
Oh, where the fuck there is. Nintendo 64? It was the controllers or
it's not just its
Nintendo
own killing, it's an attack on the entire criminal justice system.
They had killed before.
Was it 69 or
Look at them guys, man.
Give them more time, more life on top of life.
No? No one's
But the
gonna answer
state's
me?
case against Owens and Hay was largely
I
circumstantial,
go fuck
and
myself.
getting death wasn't guaranteed.
I go fuck
So
myself,
Rhonda
man.
feels took an active role pushing for the ultimate punishment.
I was not a supporter of the death penalty prior to the death of my son. But now I believe that there are some crimes that are so heinous that they deserve the highest punishment that the state has to offer.
I've seen mothers or people who were killed who have been taken apart and their lives ruined. But
Nice hit. Fucking kill Sinister. Each time
Not
you see him,
safe.
just knock him out.
Family members who have to experience
Break his jaw if you have
the
to.
pain that I did. And so I worked with my
Take the point, Blue.
official at the time to pass legislation
Oh.
to strengthen the state's witness protection laws. I was able to pass 2 bills just as a citizen just working through my own elected official. And so from there, I was tapped to run for office. And I did. And I won.
Nice.
Rhonda was elected to represent Aurora in the state legislature. She won in a landslide.
Rhonda Fields becomes a leader on 2 issues. One, for gun control. Very, very, very pro-gun control. 2, she is very pro-death penalty.
During the time Rhonda was pushing for death for her son's killers, Nathan Dunlap's lawyers continued to work on his appeals.
This was not a chance to prove
Sinisters,
that
have
he
the
was
puck
innocent
now.
to
Rock him.
set Dunlap free. The focus was
Don't give
on
him any
his mental
space.
health and any
Just
other
fucking
mental
rock
health
the
that
shit out of
could
him.
have gone into
Yellow,
the
if
jury's
you need to,
decision
just
about
step on
whether he
him.
should be put to death.
Don't give him any
Nathan
space.
Dunlap's attorneys make a pretty powerful
That's
case
what I
about
said like 100 times if you pay
this
attention.
was not properly explored in the original
Debate how you play
In
then.
2006, prison doctors
You
had
fucking
finally
twat waffle.
diagnosed Nathan as bipolar and put him on the powerful drug lithium. Once medicated, Nathan's behavior...
You didn't read what is in the face-offs.
And he
Who was in face-off?
He was an entirely different person from
Fucking
the young
dummy.
man that I knew. So it certainly has to be a
That's
part
Sinis's
of
spot.
why he did what he did.
As Nathan's appeals were being reviewed by the courts, a movement to fully ban capital punishment in Colorado was picking up speed.
I think that America has hopelessly entangled 2 countries.
Sorry, Blue.
America! This is still the same. That's what I
We need
heard.
to untangle those.
With polls showing nationwide support for the death penalty dwindling, a bill was introduced in the Colorado state legislature to
Damn it.
outlaw execution.
Sorry.
Draw.
I just felt strongly
It
that
flopped like
Fuck.
fucking pancake.
start this debate.
It must be
Leadership
sinister.
put it out there.
Damn it.
As the popular bill looked more and more likely, it seemed possible
Let's see his
that
jersey
Nathan
number.
and Nathan Dunlap might escape the ultimate punishment after all.
There's been 7,000 murders in Colorado in 40 years. We have executed 1 person.
In 2009, a bill banning capital punishment had strong support in the Colorado legislature.
The effort to repeal the death penalty in Colorado came from the fact that there is a budget crisis. And the death penalty is a huge money.
It'd be funny if
And
you
it was
hit
one
that.
of the things that the Nathan Dunlap case has cost the state $18
Sinner has a
million.
fuck.
It is absolutely more expensive to handle a death case because of the time it takes and appeals going forward for 20 years.
How can we better
Oops.
use resources to be more effective?
In addition to its high cost, supporters of the bill argue that the death penalty was used inconsistently across the state.
In some counties,
Yellow.
the district attorneys go after it. In some counties,
Fuck. Sinister fucking scored. Smart up.
determine your fate.
Alright. Sorry, boys. My bad.
Jesus. Let fucking Sinister score into this shitty goal.
In what sense is this justice? There is no answer other than, an eye for an eye. This
Where's
person did
goalie?
this horrible, unspeakable thing, and we are going to do something back.
Oh, what?
Rhonda Fields, who had continued to push for death sentences for her son's killers, spoke out
I'll play
against
go-
it.
I'll play goalie.
The death penalty be repealed in our state because I think it's a tool.
I'll play goalie. Said the goalies don't quit. If they have to.
Some level of accountability.
Yeah, bro. They can't have that.
Commit multiple murders.
In the end, the death penalty ban passed
Oh.
in the House, but fell short in the
Unlucky, dude.
by a single vote.
If you look back over the last decade or so, I guess, about every 2 years, the Life for Killers crowd convinces some legislators to lower the bar for the sanctions for heinous murders.
Rats.
And those invariably fail. But